Hello friends, this is your friendly neighborhood Reza. Signing in for the channel Reza Blade. I am doing a Stamping Showdown, which if you haven't seen one of my Stamping Showdowns yet, I take two products, whether it's like polishes or plates or whatever. I take two similar products and pit them against each other. They have to be kind of for the same thing though. So these are two science plates that I'm pitting up against the other. Maniology CYO M105, and that CYO means that it was part of their Create Your Own Plate contest. So these were submitted by actual customers of Maniologies. And then the full-size plate, which is like an extra large compared to the Maniology standard size. This is by Hit the Bottle, a brand I adore. And this one is her science plate. So I am pitting them against the other, kind of, you know, pros, cons, whatever, etc. I have some swatches to show you, some swatch sticks with some sample nail arts that I've made. I have actual, I've stamped the plates to show you how they work. I use paper to do that whenever I test a plate. And then I have two manicures on my nails that I'm actually wearing right now to tell you, to show off each plate. So let's start with what I'm wearing. Oh, by the way, do please like this video if you enjoyed it at all, and comment, please tell me what you like best, etc. And then please do subscribe as well if you want to see these again. I do lots of reviews. So this is from Hit the Bottle. That's the plate that I did. I did obviously a DNA type theme, but I used her frog and I used the sperm, actually the sperm image to be tadpoles. And then I just did rainbow LED lighting on the actual DNA sample. Anyway, so here is, oh, I was going to show you the other one. Sorry about that. So this, I used the, the rib cage stamp, the lung stamp, heart stamp. There's all sorts of little stamps that way on the Maniology plate. And then this is part of a spinal cord on the Maniology plate, and then this is ECG. So, and then this one I kind of like. I did some gradient work there. All right, so yes, these are called gradients, and I should do another video. I've done these, addressed this in the past, but not recently, not in the past couple of years. Anyway, so let us show you the For the Love of Science plate by Hit the Bottle. This one, this image is a calculus equation, and these are microbes, of course. I found this humorous. That's a humorous bone, get it? Chemistry is like cooking, and just don't lick the spoon, as the second part of that joke. I don't recall what this is, just offhand. But the Schrodinger's cat is alive and dead. That's, the famous experiment or thought experiment. And you apparently ruin it if you open the box. So anyway, sorry. And this is, my brain was going to call him In Vitro Man, and that is so not what he is. I know this. If I'm not trying to think of it, it will come to me offhand, and I'll talk about this guy. I'll put it on the bottom of the text so you can see on the screen. Vesuvius, maybe. No, that's a volcano. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just going to stop right there. And then Ba is barium, Zn is zinc. So this is Bazinga from Third Rock from the Sun. No, once again, my mouth just works faster than my brain. It's from Big Bang Theory, people. Big Bang Theory. Anyway, so here's the caduceus. And yeah, oh yeah, think like a proton, stay positive. I actually used that one in one of my swatches. So let's continue here. We've got, of course, binary code. Caffeine molecule right there. of course, frogs, which I really didn't want to. I remember not wanting to not amputate. You explore, dissect. Yes, them in biology, but I think I had to do it. Anyway, so this one is a diagram of magnetic field, and we've got some chemistry glassware here and brain neurons here, and we've got a section of the periodic table of elements. Aldehyde group is a certain classification of organic compounds. Anyway, so this is actually from a Halloween costume, Michelle said, for Sheldon on Big Bang Theory. This is the Doppler effect. So, dun dun dun. It sounds very impressive. I have no idea what it is, just offhand memory. I know that I once did learn, yes. Anyway, so this is like a cross section of the brain. And we've got some microscopes here. We've got, oh goodness. What do I have here? I guess the atomic theory diagram. Oh, the atom. Yes. Okay, good. So 3.1415926 is part of these infinite numbers of pi. And then here's pi as a symbol. So here we've got DNA, and we've got electrophoresis, how they, test DNA, etc. I don't know if you, when you learned genetics and stuff, if you learned this, but I learned that A is always with T and C is always with G, as far as the initials, for those on the DNA, because T and A always go together. So I know it's a cheap shot, but it did help me remember for my test in biology. So invaluable, that advice. Anyway, so, and then these two things can kind of be viewed the same way, I think, if I understand the text that Michelle sent me right. So this could also be dividing cells, or it's a cross-section of an organism studied under the microscope. Yes, sorry about that. My tongue tripped over itself. We've also got fingerprint. Or is it a circuit board diagram? Circus board sounds much more fun, though. Will there be acrobats? Will there be clowns? Here is the most beautifully ornate setup of chemistry glassware that I just adore it. We got our little chem lab there. I don't remember asking what this equation was. I think maybe it's Schrodinger's equation, but I could be wrong. And then we've got sperm, the golden ratio, or the Fibonacci sequence. This is good stuff. I was going to say I learned about it in art, but I also learned about it elsewhere. So you can learn about that in multiple different ways from many sources. So this one is funny because that's neon. You see the value, and the abbreviation is neon. And I did this on a neon glow in the dark color. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put here now the picture of it in glow in the dark. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Neon stamp for something that's actually neon. Okay. So I did this one. Now this one is much smaller, and these are mostly only tiny images. So if you've got kind of longer nails, I don't know if you'll want to use these on their own, but you can do like I did. For this particular manicure, I used a stamp that I stamped also in gray to kind of line up, because I can't do things measured by freehand with my brain. My eyes don't do that all on their own. So anyway, I used a guide. So you could kind of make your own print if you wanted to. Here are some bigger, like this is a spine. I believe it's a spine. I think that these are spirochetes. Maybe let me know. Yeah, and these are streptobacilli. That's what I think I remember. And then these are molecules, I believe. And then these are build your own molecule. Here's a benzene hexagon. And then you might need these other two shapes too. Also, so let's start. So this is radioactive or whatever. I thought that was radioactive. Anyway, so we have the plus for the, healthcare. And we have here is a virus. Now we all know a virus that's been intruding upon our lives without our say-so for many, many months now. And so I did do a COVID-19 nail. I'll be interested to see if you like it. So this is supposed to be a heart with like electrocardiogram little chart there, but I didn't find that it stamped incredibly well for me. So, and again, I'm going to show you how those stamped on the paper. So here we've got the rib cage and the heart, etc. that I used, a nurse's cap, Scrub Life, I Love Science. We've got droplets of blood or water or what have you. Here is a tooth standing on its roots. We've got a lovely brain, and we've got the RX or prescription symbol, microscope, a pill, a capsule, I think. So anyway, for this beaker, I did, or is it a graduated cylinder? Anyway, whatever it is. I used that with the I Love Science for I think. Actually, no, maybe I'm remembering my swatches wrong, and I'm going to show you in just a second. You all know the support ribbon, and the fire stuff and the caduceus test tubes, and then I think this skull looks a little strange to me. I don't know why. I think there's something on his head or something, but I am interested to know if you know why that is like that. Why it's not like a more traditional skull and crossbones, because I know that used to go in poison stuff. Here we've got, it looks like a silhouette of a person with like the Star of Life from like the medical, like the emergency things, but I don't actually know what it means, even though I've worked in healthcare. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. The leaf coming out of the beaker is a symbol for organic chemistry. I don't know. Too many words are just coming out of my mouth. So here is a hypodermic needle. And then we all know about the stethoscope. That's not a stethoscope. Sorry, words are really leaving me, so I'm just going to keep going. So I showed you, these are a couple of thermometers. This is cute, but it's in, chemical periodic table of elements thing. This looks like a beep or like a siren, kind of siren on maybe on a ambulance or not. We've got the atom. We've got explosions maybe in chemistry, or just fumes. And we've also got some more of that chemistry glassware up there. We've got a bunch of capsules. We've got a bunch of different healthcare, like a patient in a bed, and symbols like 2 Band-Aids. So we've got some chemistry glassware here. So I hope I got them all. I think I got them all. This is the note symbol, an ambulance, cultured viral, which I wasn't a big fan of the way that one's stamped either. So let me show you all of my swatches. So these are from the bigger plate, the hit the bottle plate that I love so much. I think I'm learning that they're both good plates to have, but this one is more like medicine, I think. Should be more like medicine instead of just, all across science. I don't think it passes the science test as far as compared to the other science plate, which is very clearly all sorts of branches of science. So this is the neon I showed you earlier. That's so fun when it glows in the dark. Here is my COVID-19 manicure swatch. I hope you like that. I did a couple of different capsule patterns. This one is like one of those dot polishes. It's made up of all sorts of little dots of color. And this one is different. I did some LED lighting on those, etc. So I don't know. I kind of like them both for different reasons, so I'd love to hear from you what you think. Again, I hope, well, you know what? So this is funny. This neon is from the Hit the Bottle one, and the rest of these are, yes, indeed, from the Maniology one, but I put the neon one in the wrong place. So I don't know if I love this one. It was one of the first ideas I had, where you've got the, you know, the crosses and then the ambulance down below. I'm not sure if I love that. I do like this one. Got the stethoscope and the heart. Very fun. You know, so those are, you know, those are kind of things that you can wear on, you know, very small nails. These, here we've got a chemistry glassware sort of chem lab combination right here. So, and then of course the Hit the Bottle one is a much bigger kind of big glassware kind of unit thing, which is so cool. So, and then we've got I Love Science and the organic chemistry symbol up there on some graph paper. I try to get the classic graph paper that we all used in school. And then we've got a hypodermic needle with some blood coming out. Drip, drip, drip. So those are the ones from the more like medical sciencey plate. And here's the For the Love of Science. I have in the description field, I have where you can get any of these items. I mean, these, so here's the chemistry glassware that I did with Hit the Bottles plate. I think that is so fun. Also, we have the Matrix. I'm sure when we all got this plate, like the first thing we did was Matrix nails. I know all sorts of people who've done this one. It's a good, easy, fun one with an immediate association. You know, you know exactly what that's from. And then here's the Think Like a Proton, Stay Positive. I did this as a pond manicure. So between the various jellies are the atoms, and then the text is on top. So what else do I have to show you? And then I have these as pictures in my Instagram as well. Here are brain neurons. I did look at some images online to get an idea of how I should color these. And they are very complicated and very cool. So I really like that one from the Hit the Bottle plate. Again with the neon. And then I'm never going to get it. And it upsets me that I can't think of it now. Anyway, there he is. My Leonardo da Vinci work that I can't think of. Anyway, so the Schrodinger's cat is dead on this nail. But wouldn't it be fun if, so dead or alive, I played with those a little bit, right? So this one just says alive. And I just did that by, you know, taking some Scotch tape and taking off the part of the plate I didn't want down there. So I took off the dead and then left the alive there. So hopefully that, I think that on its own would be just a great fun mani. And I think I have shown you all of my swatches. So I'm actually going to show you real quick here. This is the polish that I used to make my neon glow in the dark, that nail. This is Ectoplasm by NeVerMind. You will recall that she does the matte top coat. That's the word that anyway that I use all the time for everything. Really quick before I show you guys, there's some new polishes coming up from NeVerMind that I will be making a video on. That's the Svncrvsher collection. This is the one that released today. That's a hollow, that's beautiful hollow army green. And then of course I would be remiss if I didn't show you the polish pickup packs. That buy, the PPU buy. This is NeVerMind's polish for it. It is I Invoke Thee, and I did nail art for it. And that's on my Instagram account too. So do not forget to definitely check my Instagram. Also, you see how great these plates stamp? So Hit the Bottle, everything she's ever released. Actually, I have a video coming up on 2 of her newer plates. We've got Vintage Grunge and then the one that she has available in the current polish pickup. Anyway, so we've got all of these that's stamped great. And I've already explained what these mean to you. So I'm kind of skipping over them very quickly. And then of course we've got the Maniology plate, which is a smaller plate. It's less expensive, true, but I would buy both because I used to be in healthcare. I have a lot of friends and family in healthcare. It's just a plate that I would like anyway. But this hit the bottle science plate is just absolutely, if you're interested at all in STEM or science or anything, you definitely have that plate. So here is how the rest of those Maniology stamps. I was afraid I hadn't shown them all to you. All right, so before I sign off, I'm going to give you a little peek look-see at Vintage Grunge. This is one of the ones I'm going to review soon. And at the same time, I'll review that one with Material World, which is the one that becomes available on August 6th, Friday, in the Polish Pickup. Lots of really awesome fabrics here. So I hope you want to see that review. It is coming up. I know that there's going to be a separate review on the Svncrvsher's polishes. I'm also doing, I just did a Graceful Polish Modern Vampires collection review with a bunch of swatches and nail art on Instagram. And the link for my Instagram is below here. Also, I'm still planning on releasing that Galaxy tutorial, but I really want to know from you, and this will be your test to see whether you watch the whole video or not. I really want to know, do you want one of those kind of fast, sped up time-lapse, like ones where you watch somebody do their mani, but it's only like 90 seconds long, and then I could put like instructions in there in text form? Or do you want the full razor treatment with multiple ways to do a Galaxy, different ideas, you know, et cetera, et cetera? Do you want my full Galaxy treatment, or do you want just the quick, et cetera? I'd love to hear from you about that too. And do please tell me all the other things. Comment on anything in this video or any questions you had. And do like this video if you enjoyed it at all. And I would love to hear that you subscribe to my channel. And make sure you click on that notification box for all those notifications that I have made a new video. I think that's everything. It's going to have to be. I'll talk to you soon.